What up? What up? What up? All right. So officially, we're back up. We're in the green. Um, we took about, let's see, we started this whole journey on February 19th, exactly 2 months ago today. Um, I'm going to basically walk through sort of the week, what happened, the trades we took, stuff like that, and then kind of explain how I did it. So let's get right into it. All right, so if I go actually first, I'm gonna show the performance stats. All right, so we're 2 months in. This is the second combine, okay? Let's see. Total P&L, 55%. Okay, not great. Not great, but this week was awesome. All right, so we started the week really down here, 49,154, and now you can see we're up almost $1,300 for this week. So, super pumped. Um, Now we're back in the green. You can see we're up 429. The balance starts at 50K, right? If we keep going, this was one of the best trades I had all week on Monday, $743. Um, I'll show you kind of what happened there. And then I can show you this. You see, I lost almost 500 on Tuesday, but I was able to gain it back. Um, in the same day. So you can see this, right? Like, look at this chart. My goal here is to be completely transparent, down 969 on 4/8. I'm pretty sure this was March Madness or something, and I was completely just distracted. Um, like 3 losing days in a row, pretty rough, right? And we got this, and then we got this, right? If we go down to the monthly P&L, 801. So here's this combine so far, right? Um, we've got red, 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 but some green days, right? And then this week has been all green. So 4 for 4, which is awesome. We're up that 1274 for the week. So let's dive into the chart. Let's check it out. I'm going to show you kind of what my thought process was of these trades. So this trade on Monday, we're on ES, right? This, I saw that this was going to be a lower high, first of all, and I saw it forming, and I was like, okay, we're going to dip down. We always start at the higher time frame to get the bias, right? But if we go over here to the 14th, so let's see, where are we at? So this right here, I caught this down, and I was like, you know what? I see some bearish candles here. I see some manipulation going on here, right? And then this candle hit. And if we drop to 15-minute, you can see the gap to it, gap down. Oh, I wish I would have held. All right, so here's what I was saying, right? And this is in the morning. So I'm literally like going to the bathroom at work, and I'm like seeing this play out, and I'm like, okay, we need to enter a short here. So I see this candle, and I'm like, okay, great. I'm gonna wait for the retest. You see, we've got a clear fair value gap right there. right? These candles continued to respect it. We got one, two, three, four, five, six. Can't remember exactly which candle I entered on. I want to say it was probably one of these because I saw the one, two, three, and I was like, okay. And then we just caught this whole move down. Um, and I probably got out around here. Um, and what I did is since MES and NQ are pretty similar, I just took the same short on NQ too. Um, and that was able to basically like double the profit. So yeah, you can see here, this was the move. Same thing, it looks very similar, right? So we took that fair value gap down, and it was just a really clean trade. So that's at 7. Going into it, I believe I had like a VWAP on it too. I love using the VWAP. Um, so let's see if we can get this loading, but um, let's drop down to. I usually enter on the either 5 minute or 1 minute. Um, Obviously, I'm always working on high time frame buys first, but then I want to kind of really lean into the entries on the 5 minute and the 1 minute to really get that clean entry going. Um, nope, it was right here was the move. Okay, so yeah, if we take this VWAP down, we had just been kind of riding this, right? So we took that. Um, let's jump down to 1 minute and see it. Okay, I have to zoom out a good bit. See this. But yeah, definitely one of the better weeks I've had in a while, for sure with trading. And so I was super pumped. There were some days where I was down two, three, $400, right? But I think part of the discipline is knowing that okay, look, we're down. We're gonna take a second. We're gonna remove ourselves from the markets, take a deep breath, go cool off, and then we can come back in the PM session with a fresh mind, ready to go. Um, so here we go. We're getting closer. Okay, here we go. There's the afternoon. Okay, here we go. This should be it right here. Yep. So you can see here, we just dumped. And so I think I even added some positions like once we got down here and I was seeing these, constant just moves to the downside. I was like, okay, we're going to add a little bit here. You can see there's even more imbalances going on to the downside. And more right here, right? Continues to push down. Um, and I think that's something too. I've been leaning more into the ICT methods and stuff like that, and it's really seeming to help a good bit. So I'd highly encourage. There's just tons of free videos. Uh, explaining it. And I may make some down the road, but right now I'm really just focused on, remaining profitable, building the account, obviously getting to the XFA, getting to the funded account um, before I start, really leaning into the education part of it. But So yeah, that was the trade, and the rest of the week, it was pretty solid. We really just the main method here is obviously, for one, we're gonna look at the 4-hour and we're gonna see what's going on. I noticed this is a weird week. The price action's a little rough, right? But there's still some opportunities. So this, creating the lower high here, I was like, okay, we've got to be seeing some downside. Obviously, the gap, I did catch a buy somewhere around here on Wednesday to come fill this gap because we're always wanting to fill those gaps whenever we do make something like that. So I looked out for that, and um, then we continue this downside, right? So I think let me see stats what I was at, what I was doing at the end of the week. Oh, I was short. I was long a couple times here on the 17th, so that's Thursday. I lost some here. I was short. See, I was long on this one, going up a good bit. Um, some more L's, but you see these shorts. Look, almost $500 on this short right here. That was on Wednesday. Um, BC, I was trying to get out of these L's, right, too, because you lost 200, 300, almost 400 there, right? But then we went on a streak going short, 277, 499, 261. I think I'm really just leaning into the risk management side of it too. Um, it's not how much money you can make, it's how much money you can keep. And so I think it's important to size down, especially in the markets like today, because they're all over the place, right? Um, so anyway, that was kind of my bias, and we're gonna look to next week and hopefully kill it next week. Um, I'm start with one micro is what I do. You can notice on my chart, um, I'm trading the the micro, Nasdaq and micro S&P, right? Those are the 2 I'm focused on. I think I did take a couple of gold trades, but primarily I'm just gonna focus on, NQ and ES. But that's all you need, start off with 1, and then once you get more confirmations, you can kinda build up and add a couple, extra contracts on there, but you can see this, I was not doing 10 contracts. This is from my practice account, which I completely have just, like, taken down. My practice account, I really try to just, like, experiment. I'm not looking to build the practice account necessarily, but yeah, this one's been all over the place. But anyway, the combine is up, and that's all we're concerned about. Um, so yeah, we'll continue to build on the momentum, but make sure that when you guys are going through the markets too, that you're not over leveraging. I think that's probably one of the biggest mistakes that we can all make. Start small, trade the micros if you need to, especially in this market when it's just so unpredictable. One tweet, one news, media outlet thing can change the whole direction of the market. Um, Even when Powell was talking, I think I did actually catch, when was that? On Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. You can see the market just tanked here. I did catch some shorts on that day. Um, but again, yeah, it's like he's talking and he's talking about, they're not going to cut rates yet. And so, of course, the market's going to react to that, right? Um, but at the same time, you can see the market technically on the technical analysis side is still drawing to these previous lows either way. So that's kind of interesting to point out too. But um, so yeah, we'll go into next week. I haven't really done any chart work leading into next week yet, but I'm sure I will either later today um, or tomorrow to kind of prepare for it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope this is just motivation for you guys. I started trading in 2017 in the forex market, but now over the past several months, I've been getting into futures and kind of diving into that. And I found TopStep and this whole funded route. So we're gonna see how it goes. But thank you guys for being here, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.